Hey everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger at dansfish.com, and we have a fish room tour today showing you the new fish we got in here at Dan's Fish. So this is part one. There's going to be so many new fish that we're going to divide this video up into a part one and part two. So part two will follow very shortly. Let's get started on part one. All right, let's start with these awesome critters. These are the banded gudgeon, or Mogunda cingulata. I just want to say Morgunda, it's Mogunda cingulata, I think. Now, we got a batch in before that did fantastic, and these are doing fantastic. No losses, no problems. The difference is, these are full grown. So these came in big. These are 3 to 4 inches. And let me see if I can zoom in here and you can see the neat colors on them. The yellows and oranges and all the red dots. There's one in here that's feeling a little dominant right now. Let's see if I can find it. So it's got a lot of orange on them, on the tail fin. Anyway, these guys are super easy. They're eating pellets and flakes and anything else you feed them. They are not picky at all. They're big, they're impressive. I think they're just such a unique, neat fish. We can get the purple spotted gudgeon in quite a bit, but getting the banded gudgeon in is pretty difficult. So I'm really happy to have these guys. All right, just a really quick update. The day after I filmed the tour of the new fish, I came down to feed and look what I see. This is a banded gudgeon sitting on a nest of eggs. Of course, he just moved in front of the eggs, so now we can't see him, but if you saw that big white mass on the floor there, on the bottom of the aquarium there, that's a whole bunch of eggs. Let's see if I can... Well, geez. Now that he moved in front, there it is. Those are all a bunch of eggs. A few of them are white and obviously not fertile, but a good number of them are a nice amber color and are probably fertile. So I can tell he's been defending that corner. He's got a couple nicks out of him, like he's been having to chase away some competitors. But there you go. Banded gudgeon sitting on a nest of eggs just on the floor of the aquarium, which is weird. I would have thought they would have wanted a cave or something, but they went right there. Anyway, neat little update. I thought that was cool. And another really cool fish. These are the Blackberry silver dollars. Blackberry silver dollars here. Nice looking fish. I love the orange hook on the bottom. They have a lot of diamond sparkles on them, and then that big blackberry shading across the center of the body. These guys are about 2 inches right now, maybe 2.5 inches, so they have some growing to do for sure. And like with all silver dollars, you want to give them a lot of vegetable matter, so algae wafers, zucchini, green beans, also some normal foods like community foods and stuff to balance it out, but they do really appreciate veggies in their diet. All right, have a nice batch of rainbow shiners in. They came in rock solid, not a single issue with these guys, so they're ready to go. If you have a basement where it's cooler, these guys don't like it hot. If you have some outdoor ponds or tubs, they'll do great out there as long as it's not too hot. They can take it up to about 80 degrees or so, but you'll need to have quite a bit of aeration and stuff at those higher temperatures. Great cool water fish, and when they color up, give them a Google. When they color up, they are prettier than most saltwater fish. I mean, they're absolutely stunning. Easy to feed, flakes, no problem, pellets, no problem, algae wafers. Simple to keep, kind of like a tetra or a rasbora. Just don't let them get too hot, or if they do get warm, again, lots of aeration will help with that. All right, here's one of everybody's favorite rainbow fish. This is Chilotharina blairi. Now, the thing about rainbow fish is when they're young like this, they have no color. They look silver or tan. But when these guys get larger and start coloring up and get sexually mature, they turn absolutely stunning. One of the most beautiful fish out there. We'll put a picture of an adult in here so you can get a good idea. These guys right now are about 1.5 inches or so in size. And so they have a lot of growing to do and coloring up to do, but they're rock solid, they're eating well, really healthy, and they should do well for you. All right, we've got a few bandit cichlids in here. Guianacara, really cool little fish. A lot like a Geophagus or a threadfin acara, that kind of vibe, bottom dwelling fish. And as they get larger, they get a lot of color. They're really, really neat. We also have, just because he's looking so good, check out this Epiplates species from Akayo. The blue is starting to come in nicely on these guys. One of my favorite killifish. But the new fish are these, the bandit cichlids, Guianacara. Here's another favorite. This is a beautiful little rainbow fish. Well, they get big, but right now they're little. This is BOESEMANI, MELANOTAENIA BOESEMANI from AVES Creek. So these are one of the ones that'll get a nice orange color on them. Instead of the more traditional yellow and blue, they'll get like a bright orange with blue and black on them. Really nice contrast. MELANOTAENIA BOESEMANI from AVES Creek. Or AVES Creek, I'm really not sure. Here are the red dragons. These are Glossolepis multisquamata, one of the absolute favorite rainbow fish. I know I've been saying that on a lot of rainbow fish, but these are really unique. When they mature, they turn a red color, and they get a very long, extended, thready anal fin, and are just really spectacular. So, really highly in demand. And I'm glad to have some for you. They seem to be doing pretty darn good. Okay, here we have a species of jewel cichlid. This is Hemichromis exul, also called the Turkana jewel cichlid. The reason I brought these in is they are supposedly the most peaceful of the jewel cichlids. Jewel cichlids are absolutely stunning when they settle in and color up, but the problem is they're so aggressive you can't really keep them with hardly anything. So I'm trying these because they're supposed to be quite peaceful for a jewel cichlid. Now these came in very rough shape. They're not colored up yet. They took a week extra to kind of settle in. I'm happy to say they are settled in now. So they're finally adjusting to the point where I can fatten them up and get them healthy. But they've had a long road, and it's going to be at least a week, maybe, well, probably closer to 2 weeks and maybe more before I think they're actually ready to go. They haven't colored in yet at all. They're eating okay, but they've got a long way to go. So, but they're here and they're starting to get healthy. So hopefully I can have some for you within the next few weeks. Okay, here's just a batch of cuteness. These are CONGO spotted puffers. They're doing pretty darn well. As you can see, the majority of them are eating well and getting nice and fat and sassy. There's a couple. Maybe there's just one left. Where is he? This guy. This guy, right above my finger, still needs some more time. And he might still need some more medication. So these guys are not going to be ready for another week at least. Probably another week. Just because I have another round of levamisole I need to do. But I think they're pretty much cleared up and they're eating well and starting to get nice and fat. So be a little patient. These take a little extra TLC because you have to be careful with parasites for them, and you also just want to make sure they're eating well and get a little weight on them and settle in before you sell them. But they're close. They're comfortable in the tank. They come up and say hi when I come over. They're begging for food. Just have a little more fattening to do. All right, here we have a batch of MELANOTAENIA species WALLACE Road. This is only my second time ever having this fish. I don't know a whole lot about it yet. It's a fairly new fish to the hobby. What I do understand though is that it doesn't get large. This is one of the dwarf MELANOTAENIA species. So I think this will do well for people. A lot of people want rainbow fish that don't get, 5-6 inches, that only get, say, 2-3 inches, somewhere around there. So these are in that category. I've never seen a full-grown one because I've never had them long enough, but I think they're going to be a really beautiful, nice fish when they grow up and color in. Speaking of growing up and coloring in, these are MELANOTAENIA species Calidiri, a fairly new fish to the hobby, and they have nice oranges coming in, nice greens. The black stripe is getting nice and bold and vibrant. I really like this fish a lot. The more I have them, the more I like them. That nice orange on the anal fin, just a unique, really pretty MELANOTAENIA species. Doesn't have a name yet, just species from Calidiri. Oh, and these are 3-4 inches. These are maybe not full grown, but nice big adults for sure, with a lot of color. So if you don't want to wait, 6 months to a year for your little rainbow fish to grow up in color and look pretty, then They're a little more expensive, but you don't have to wait so long. Oh man, I don't know if that iridescence, that green iridescence on the body is showing up on the video or not. Hopefully it is. Oh, and these are Mylandii, MELANOTAENIA Mylandi. Yeah, so there's a couple of those in there too. These are the Calidiri. So I don't know if we'll see them, but in here, red lizard catfish, but as well we have some, you see a little tail poking out of that pipe? That's a L264 Sultan PLECO, and we also in here have the L471, the mini snowball PLECO that only gets about 2 inches. So if you like fancy plecos, here's a mini snowball. Can you see him in there? Right above my fingernail there, you can see those spots. He's hiding in the rocks there. Those guys only get 2 inches or so. So if you like fancy hypensistrus type plecos, but you don't have a ton of tank space or want something small, then that's a good one for you. And the Sultan plecos, I mean, they get bigger than 2 inches, but they're absolutely stunning. There's someone there under that zucchini. See if he shows up. I think that was a Sultan pleco. Well, we could be here all day. I don't really want to chase him out of the pipes and stuff and stress him out, so I guess you'll just have to take my word for it that there's some awesome plecos in there. All right, I think this is probably the nicest batch of Bolivian rams I've ever received. They're nice size, they're nice and big, and they were fat-bellied and sassy from the beginning. No losses, no problems. A lot of times Bolivian rams come in emaciated, and it takes a long time to get them healthy and happy, but these are what I would call perfect. Now, they still have some coloring up to do just because they've only been here a couple weeks, right? And they haven't got territory settled or anything like that, but I think you can see just how nice they are. So these are, I don't know, I'd say 2.5 inches. Really, really big one, like the biggest one here. That boy right there might be 3 inches with the tail. So good size fish and really peaceful, wonderful community fish, easy to keep, nice and hardy, easy to breed if you're into that, and don't usually bother anybody. Bolivian rams. Alright, I wanted to take a quick video here and show you some plecos. This is a king tiger pleco right here. There's another one up, yep, on the back glass there. And in here also are some snowball plecos. There's one back there in the corner. It's going to be a bunch in there. Let me see if I can move this filter and we can get a good view. Just a sec. Okay, I think the light might be a little better here. So these are snowball plecos and king tigers, if we can see them back there. Really neat fish. Well, got a brief view. They're good size. They're a couple inches now, I would say. They're grown up 2.5 inches maybe. Check that guy out. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of the new fish tour here at Dan's Fish. All these fish are available for sale, pretty much. There's a couple that aren't ready yet, but will be available for sale shortly if they aren't available for sale now at dansfish.com. So if you saw something you liked and you want to support us, feel free to go give them a gander. You can also like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that jazz that us YouTubers are always begging you to do, and that would be helpful. And we have a live stream every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at the Dan's Fish YouTube channel. If you want to geek out and talk fish and ask questions, we're there. We're hanging out. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye. I don't know if my chair is squeaky enough. Maybe I need to get more squeak on it.